All right, so I guess I'm posting 2 videos today because I don't know what happened. So it's just gonna be 2 videos. So some Spotify came on, or one of them music thing apps came on all by themselves, as I explained in the first video. So yeah, basically you just have to allow yourself to continue from the first video. You have to allow the blessings to come in, and you're gonna have to allow the downfalls to happen, the confrontations, the emotions to come up, so that you can have these things happen. But yeah, for the most part, this is why these people are here. So like I said, I don't know how I feel about the titles because they get a little confusing for me. But the energies, I do believe in the energies. Like if I was to say karmic, yeah, you can have karmic relatives, you can have a karmic partner, you can have karmic friends, and those are the people that just come into your life to cause havoc. Yes, Loki. Yes, Loki. Know the Avengers, Thor's brother, the god of mischief. That's Loki. He's a karmic, if we use titles. Loki comes in to tear shit up, leave you destroyed, and sitting on your ass, crying on the floor. That's what Loki does. But what happens when you're that far down? Where are you going? You going further down? No, you have nowhere to go but up. So basically, these people come to tear us apart, tear us down, so that we can rebuild ourselves up. Now, a lot of times these people they're not doing it because they have good intentions. Like, again, if we're going to use titles, Twin Flame. Your twin flame doesn't have no good intention when he comes along and goes, what the hell's going on with my hair? When he comes along and he has put you in a third party. And he's going around messing with all these different women, or because not everybody's twin flame does that. And this is why it becomes confusing, because a lot of people will be like, that's not a twin flame, that's karmic. The one thing that I did hear from someone that made a lot of sense, she said no one's a karmic. So I'm listening, I'm like, okay. She's like, think about it. We all messed up and did some mess and got in trouble. Did a lot of things that we probably shouldn't have done before we learned, before we had to deal with karma and learn from our karma. So that did make sense, because I know my oldest said the same exact thing. He was like, he doesn't like those terminologies, because everybody, if that's the case, we were always karmic. And that's what she said. And that's 100% true. When you think about it, we always karmic. I was definitely a karmic. Oh my God. I mean, I never had a messed up heart where I wanted to go and just hurt people. I was always a good-hearted person, but I did some karmic shit. I'm a grown woman, so yeah, But when you're stunted at a certain age and you are now growing, yeah, you could be karmic. If we're using those terminologies, so. These people come along to help. And who knows? Sometimes a new person comes along, brand spanking new, in the sense of you haven't dated them yet. You don't know them on the 3D level, and you haven't dated them yet, but y'all have a past life together. Then sometimes that person that you think you would never, ever, he couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. Like, she couldn't, if she was on fire, I wouldn't spit on her. Like, before you heal, that's how you felt. So, that person and you may end up becoming friends, or y'all get back together. And sometimes you just, you and somebody, you just forgive them and move on with your life. And you'll be that person that comes to mind maybe later on in life, and they'll, or when they're going through shit, and they'll think about it and go, damn, the way I treated Jenny was messed up. And I get it now because Teresa's treating me like I treated Jenny. I didn't even catch that. I don't like how this feels. They'll feel bad. They'll, and that'll be a learning moment for them, if they're willing to change. They might just go on the rest of their life doing stuff until their end comes. But that's really how it works out, So it's like, if I would say this, if titles work for you, then use them. Because I definitely can tell you that I feel like there's adult me, and then obviously there's the little me, Like Mary said, she has to take care of her baby, and her baby is her, And Mary J. Blige said that. She's learned to reparent herself, and she knows that her baby comes first. So how I see it, for me, there's me, adult me, and then there's the little me. So I refer to little me, basically, put it like this. When I think about little me, I realize that little me needs definitions. She needs titles. Adult me doesn't need that, because adult me understand. But I know when I'm getting something, a download, or I'm having an understanding of something, I'm like, oh, something came to me, and I'm like, I got it. That makes sense. I process that as the adult. But I have to always and continue to remember that she's still little. She's where she's at. Like, so wherever you were stuck at, wherever your emotional growth was stunted, that's where you're at emotionally. So I always have to remember, okay, she's still sweet and innocent and takes things at face value. Let me make sure that I explain to her exactly what this is. If I tell her that this is a gumball because of whatever reason, if I get it, it's not enough for me to get it. She has to get it. So I will break it down for her. I will find the definition. I will look at it and read it out loud. Even if I know the definition, I do that so that she can get it, because she's still small. She's still a little girl. There's 16-year-old me, there's 9-year-old me, there's 12-year-old me. They need definitions and titles. They need it broken down. Because remember, I am re-parenting myself. I am giving myself what I didn't get as a child. So if I would break it down for my son, why would I break it down for me? Again, the adult me understands. That's here, the adult me. The little me is in here. Little me needs to. She needs you. She needs to read it. She needs you to tell her what it is. She need all that. So I give her that, and by me giving that, it works great. It is amazing because she gets it. She understands it, and then and then I know when she gets it, because I can feel all the emotion comes up. I can feel it just come up, and I can feel them tears start to come out, and I'm like, she got it. But that's what I have to give her, because if I try to treat her the way I would treat adult me, it's not gonna work. Because she's still, there's parts of us that want to rock, they want to lead, and we have to let them know you can't lead. So that's why these people come in, so that we can see all those different parts of ourselves. And they trigger. If you go and you tell Jack that, oh, when I was with Robert wouldn't let me finish a sentence, he would always cut me off. And now you with Jack, and Jack cuts you off all the time. It's meant to happen. It's happening because you are unhealed from Robert. I don't even know what name I use. You're unhealed from that person doing that to you, cutting you off every time you speak. So all the unhealed parts of ourselves, we can't really do that by ourselves. So we need these twin flames or soulmate and all these people to come in. Because even like the only one that, to be honest with you, the only one that sounds like you won't have no problems is the soulmate. But see, this is where they confuse you at, because the soulmate, the way they describe it is that there's no growth. Everything is just okay. Everything's just wonderful. Everything works out. And that could be because you have done so much work, you get a break. The universe is blessing you with a break. So, okay, there's your break. Could be for that reason. With twin flames, as they describe it, it's a lot of work. You stay working on a regular basis. And it's not that it's can't be done, it's so beyond hard, but if you're a person, say you're an avoidant, you're not gonna want to deal with emotions. And now the universe then said, hey, I'm sending Jackie, and she is an earth angel, and you two are twin flames. So guess what? Now you and her gotta get together, and she's gonna help balance you and all this, and you're gonna trigger her, and she's gonna trigger you. That person can say, I don't want to do this no more. They don't have to accept some people don't have to, they won't accept the contract at all, the soul contract, and they won't even come in. Then you got some people that will come in, like the scenario I just described, but then they go, I don't want to do this shit no more, and they walk away. So now the universe has to send someone else in, okay, to fill that contract, because this one, he or she don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. So it is hard, but you have to be, it all depends. I guess you have to be dedicated to the journey. And I don't want to say that the journey is not for everybody, because we all have to grow. When you decide you don't want to grow and you're not going to grow, and you're just done, you do everything exactly the same way all the time, eventually it catches up with you. That's all I'm saying. It catches up with you. But when you're ready, yeah, you can get through it, but it's not going to be easy. It is not. And I remember growing up so many times hearing, put your big girl panties on. Just get up and do it. Just don't think about it. It's like, yo, I learned you can't ignore the past. Now, you're not supposed to go to the past and stay there. But you have to revisit your past in order to move forward. So if you don't revisit your past, how are you supposed to be healthy? Emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy? You can't. You have to revisit your past. Because your past is what made you who you are. But it's not who you actually are. So how do you learn who you are, find out who you are, if you don't revisit the past? You have to revisit the past. Because who you are is not actually who you are. Who you are is what those experiences made you. So what happens when you heal? You get better. You feel better. You're not who you actually are. If that was the case, I'd still be trying to cover up and hiding. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not sitting in my house hiding away or waiting for someone to come along to drag me outside to have fun or making sure I'm always constantly covered completely and do as little as possible to myself so I'm not noticed. I don't do that anymore. Meaning, who I was and who I am now are two totally different people. That's the lie that I was given. So I believed who I was due to the karmic term. I know, right? But if we're using titles, due to my karmic relatives. You know, that's the program. Due to the karmic people that was in my life. Those friends, those family members, relatives, those, I don't know, experiences, fake friends, all of that. So I believe that's who I was. Now, I don't carry myself like that. I'm doing my videos consistently now. But mind you, I had people telling me, I had a person or people telling me, oh, nobody wants to hear what you have to say. These people, them telling me that, yeah, it did make me say, okay, that's true. So let me be quiet because nobody hears what I have to say. But then, where I am today, I had to heal from what that person said to me. Is basically what it is. That person came in, said those things. She did her job. Because by her saying that to me, it helped me. Now where I'm at, I'm more empowered. I know myself now. I love myself now. I embrace who I am now. I'm not ashamed of who I am now. I was though. So these people, they come in, and we're not going to like every one of them or what they did, but we do have to have an understanding of who these people were. I mean, yeah, who they were to us, why they was here, because that allows us to now do the, we can get through the healing work. We do the healing work and we can move on. We can say, okay, I didn't like how Cindy told me such and such and such, but guess what? Cindy said it. Now, what do we do about that? We can focus on what Cindy said, or we can sit down and ask ourselves, why do we believe what Cindy said? That's what's the most important here. Why do we believe what Cindy said? Once we realize why we believe what Cindy said, we can now heal. Because now we know where it came from. We can cry. We can let that out. We can be mad for a little while. And then we can focus on forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not for Cindy. Forgiveness is for us. Because Cindy will always have power over us as long as we're still mad at her. But we can start to heal and start to feel better. And I'm not saying that you have to force yourself to forgive. It may take you 2-3 years to forgive the person. But just to have an understanding that they're going to send people in that's going to trigger you in good ways and in bad ways. Some people are going to leave you great lessons. Well, all your lessons are great, even if it hurts. But some people are going to leave you these lessons where you're like, wow, you can't wait to look back on that memory. And then some people are going to leave you lessons that are like, oh my God, you don't even want to look at the memory. But that's why these people come into our lives, so that they can help us heal, even if it's unintentionally. Got to remember, life is a chessboard. And all of the universe is up there just moving stuff around and putting it over here and placing people here and there. And that's how it works. And even though Jack may think to himself, why they use me? I'm a great guy. And Jack is not the best guy. That's why they sent Jack to you. They're not going to... No, I don't think the universe sends... There's no one that's perfect. So when they send somebody that's... you feel like it's jacked up and drives you crazy and has left you with some bad memories, remember, and what you also need to remember, you taught Jack a lesson too. You just can't see it because you and Jack are not together anymore. Okay, that's the timing. But you and Jack are not together anymore. So you don't see it, but you taught Jack a lesson. He may not get the lesson right then and there. Jack may not get the lesson until 2 months from now. Jack may not get the lesson until next year. But you helped Jack too. He just doesn't know it. Just like Jack doesn't know his horrible behavior, his horrible treatment of you helped you. And you don't know that either at the time. It's not until you are out and gone that you actually say, oh, wow, I got it. I get it now. So I could go a little longer because this is a continuation of the first video, but I'm not. So I'm going to put this one out. And I'm just going to leave this one where it's at. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I'm going to start off with the first video. I'm just going to put this one out. All right, guys. Enjoy your day. I will see y'all soon. Take care.